Welcome back to this edition of Grizzlies Daily. I'm your host Melek. Sorry about my voice if it seems a little raspy. Lost it a little bit, so we gonna work past it, but it's really not that bad. Hopefully y'all can withstand it. Just wanted to bring some attention to some things regarding next season, of course. And one of those things is that I saw. It was an article from Clutch Points, and I have it pulled up right here actually. It was regarding different lineups that we could see the Grizzlies try, and um, I saw it, and I'm just now really reading it because I didn't want to. I kind of didn't want to spoil the surprise. I wanted kind of to be surprised with y'all as well. So, one of the lineups is Ja, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, Jalen Wells, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Brandon Clark. My thoughts on it? No, nah, I can't. Nah, it's not gonna be good. And the reason I say it's not gonna be good is because it depends on. Well, let me not say it's good. Well, okay, I'm having trouble right now. The reason I say that this lineup is very skeptical is because of Brandon Clark at the five. It depends on when you run it and who you run it against because you lose a lot with this kind of lineup, especially something that we saw last year. I mean, other than Contavious Cole Pope was what Desmond Bain. This lineup just really wasn't all that good to me. I'm sorry, so I don't know how I feel about that. The next lineup that we could see the Grizzlies try out next season: Scottie Pippen Jr., Taj Roma, John Conchar, Olivier. Oh wait, Olivier Maxence Prosper, Santi Aldama, and Jaren Jackson Jr. Now, if I'm being honest, I don't hate this lineup. I don't hate this lineup. When it comes to Prosper, don't really know what exactly he brings to the table in the Grizzlies jersey. So that's something that we have to really try to see right there. Um, Overall, it's a solid defensive lineup. The only people that really just like kind of skeptical on is Aldama and um, I'd say probably Ty Jerome. Because I think Scottie Pippen Jr. can hold his own. He can definitely hold his own defensively. It's just that, and then obviously Jaren Jackson Jr. You got to worry about foul trouble and him playing the five. So that's something that you really got to worry about. The next lineup is John Morant, Jalen Wells or Gigi Jackson, Santi Aldama, Jaren Jackson Jr. and Jock Landale. I think that's a great lineup right there. If I'm being honest, that's honestly a starting caliber lineup, but something that I would like to see. Um, I think you can keep Jalen Wells and Gigi Jackson right there. I would say try replacing Santi Aldama for like a for either Cedric Howard or maybe maybe Maxwell Parsons. Maybe strong on the maybe. I just think if you try to, I think you can play around with this kind of lineup, but the one, two, four, and five, I think those are all set. You just got to figure out that small forward position. And I'm looking for the last one. I do not see the last one. Well, all right. Wait. Okay, it's right here. I'm trying to pull it up for y'all. It does not say. It does not say. It just talks about a team that closes out the game. But those are lineups that we could see. And like I said, I gave y'all my take on those, and I think they could work, but it's a pretty big gamble if you try those kind of lineups. That's just my personal opinion. All right, I did see another article that kind of talked about John Morant because Jeff Teague had some comments about John Morant, and we talked about him before, so we don't really need to go into him. But they said something. I read the article. It said something about John Morant. It's this season's basically fighting for his spot to stay on the Grizzlies, and my take on that is that's I think we might be reaching a bit. I genuinely think we're reaching a bit. I know there were rumors for Ja to be traded, but even though the Grizzlies have said they're not trading Ja, I know we love to push the needle and things like that, but I think we're reaching a bit. I don't think this is a make or break year for Ja to stay on the Grizzlies. Of all people, I don't think it's him. If we're talking make or break year, We're talking potentially Gigi Jackson, Vince Williams Jr., um, who are some other names? Conchar, even though I think Conchar's time is already numbered. I would have said Aldama, but I mean he just signed that deal, so I don't know. Well, I mean they could still try to trade him, but it's a lot. I think it's a lot more people that are going to use this year as a year to stay on the team than Ja Morant. I don't think that's going to be the. I don't think that's something we have to worry about. I think Ja Morant with the new team, and as long as he stays healthy, I think we have a good possibility of seeing him become an All Star player. So I don't think this is a year where he's just fighting for a spot on the team. No, I don't. I don't think that's the case. I don't think the franchise is going to give up on him just like that. No, I don't see it unless we just literally have to have a conversation on his future here. Other than that, I don't see that happening. So switching gears, saw a few articles regarding who our teams to watch out for. We've talked about it. We talked about it here. Sorry if I'm saying so much. I just realized that I'm trying to get better on that. So one of the things I saw was that the Grizzlies. I'm doing it again. They are part of the contenders in the league, and it's not necessarily a spot that you would want to be in, but it's a spot that says, hey, they're contenders. Just not who you think they are, but they're contenders. That kind of thing. So I think we need to make it clear that the Grizzlies, if we're being honest, they are contenders. There's no denying that. They are contenders. However, will they be contending this year? Short answer, no. And the reason I say no is because this roster, I don't think this roster is a championship winning roster. I think this is the setup for a championship roster, but just this team and the players I see right here, I think it's still a lot of inexperience, a lot of skepticism that just I think it's just one two people that are just really, really, really holding the Grizzlies back from getting that championship. So I think we really have to start there. But I mean, as far as seeing the Grizzlies be in a position where they're just, really making a run for a championship, I don't think we'll see that. I just don't think so. I would love to see it, absolutely love to, but I don't think so. So I mean, I think the Grizzlies definitely have a team that's top six in the Western Conference, but as far as them competing in June for a championship, only time will tell. No, only time will tell because I don't think so. But I would love to see it. But something that I really want to talk to before we get out of here is where is where's the identity for this team, and what's the identity? Because we have we've talked about grit and grind, all these things, but let's just be honest. We don't see the same grit and grind. So we could say grit and grind Grizzlies, but let's be honest, this team has a new identity. It had an identity in 2021 through 2023. But obviously, Dylan Brooks got traded. So one would have to ask what's the identity of the Grizzlies? Like, are we the young dark horses, or are we just that team that's behind? I don't know what the identity of this team is because the roster isn't even finalized. If we're being real, I do not see this being the final roster at the end of the year. Some guys are going to get traded. Some guys are going to be added to the team. I don't see this being the final roster when it's said and done at the end of the season. So I really want to hear from y'all. What do y'all think the identity of this Grizzlies team is? And do you think it's enough to motivate the guys to play better than last year? So I really want to hear that from y'all. So make sure to leave that in the comments below. But as far as this edition of Grizzlies Daily, that's really all I got for right now. Nothing major. Like I said, training camp is nearing, so obviously we'll hear more as time goes on and see if we get any more training deals and stuff like this that I can report to you guys. And another thing that I really just want to make clear, And I'm gonna say this in front of the camera so that way we can clarify this. Y'all, I don't make the titles. I don't make the thumbnails. I just make the videos. So, um, yeah, if you see something that's crazy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it's clickbait, but I don't make the titles and I don't make the thumbnails. So hopefully that clears things up. Um, but I do try to keep you guys in the loop of things that are actually happening. So if you feel like you are getting baited, I do apologize. I do apologize. I'm trying to work to prevent that or slow it down. As far as that, I can't really make any guarantees. But I'm really glad that y'all are watching. So hopefully you guys keep coming back. That's really all I got to say on the matter. There's not too much I can say. I'm sorry. But yeah, if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you get notified for the next video. That's for this edition of Grizzlies Daily. My name's Melek, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.